What's up everybody, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're bulldozing this house in Granite Falls that is a rental in honor of the new pack, The Sims 4 for Rent. I just made a video a couple weeks ago building a custom apartment building and I am super excited about this pack actually. I know it's going to be like really expensive and that's unfortunate, but I'm really excited for this pack. I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be interesting to see how much money you can actually make off of it. And as far as gameplay goes, I'm really nervous. I'm always nervous about how well the game will run with these new packs. It looks like we're going to get a couple new games for kids to play, which is like marbles and hopscotch, which is really awesome. We don't really have a lot of kids activities, so it's nice to get that. Like usually when we get new kids stuff, it's usually like activity tables or a new swing set, the monkey bars usually, so that'll be interesting to see. Right now I'm just working on getting a covered patio on this build. I wanted it to wrap around most of the house so I could put some activities out front. I added like a chess table and like a grill and a couple of rocking chairs. This build only uses 2 packs. It uses the Horse Ranch expansion pack and the Outdoor Retreat game pack. We're working on the living room right now. Look at this view from the living room. It's incredible. It's got the mountains in the background and the gorgeous water, which if you have island living, you can actually swim in the lake, which is pretty fun. But as for the floor plan, it's coming together fairly well at this point. We're using the Outdoor Retreat wallpaper, the wood paneling here throughout the living room and all the bedrooms, and then in the kitchen we're actually using a base game stone for the kitchen and dining room. The second floor is actually open to the living room below. I thought it was really neat that how they had it in the original build, so I wanted to keep inspiration from that. I consider this more of a fall retreat, so I added a fireplace. The roof was clipping into the wall for some reason. I really don't know what was up with that. I didn't like the wood paneling from Outdoor Retreat, so I switched it to this one from Horse Ranch. It just looks a lot more log cabin-y than the one from Outdoor Retreat. I also switched the windows to a bunch of Horse Ranch windows. They have a lot more weathering on them and I like that a lot more. Originally I was just going to make this 2 bedrooms upstairs for 2 Sims, but I decided against it because I wanted to have an infant or a toddler room, because you can always upgrade the crib to a toddler bed and it will still work, and then we have more room for more Sim. I thought the wooden crib would be fitting because this is a log cabin. We've got a big dino stuffy over here in the corner, a little toy box, a stack of blocks, you know, all the basic stuff that you might need for your infant or even a child. We've got a little playroom over here on the balcony where I put like a computer and one of the games tables and a dollhouse. I also thought it would be fun to use this rug from Outdoor Retreat. It's got like a little forest on it, and I also added some horses from Horse Ranch. There's like a little horse rug, so I just like sized it down a bunch and kind of fit it on the little path there just for fun. Then I added in this little bookshelf from the base game, and then I added a chair in the corner, and that was about it for the nursery. Then I started working on the second room. I put in some bunk beds so you can fit 2 Sims in here, which comes in handy if you play with larger families. I usually don't, because larger families like stress me out, especially with like the 100 baby challenge. I just get so stressed with larger families, so I usually don't go anywhere. And admittedly, I really didn't decorate the second bedroom. I just thought I wanted to leave it empty because you could always add in your own decorations or pictures from your trip. I know there's a lot of like collectibles in this world, so you could always just put them on the dresser in that second bedroom and have plenty of space for it. I also really enjoy having this stone porch. It's not something I ever really do. I usually do like a wood patio, but the stone foundation from the Outdoor Retreat pack kind of matches the stone that we have here, so I thought it would look really nice. And as for the landscaping, I just kept it very simple. We used some of the plants that actually came with the Outdoor Retreat pack. It's one of the few packs that we actually get landscaping with, which is pretty nice because it actually matches the landscaping that's in the world. I think one of the only other packs that comes with landscaping is like Island Living, maybe Strangerville. But with the Strangerville ones, you actually have to put in all the cheats before they show up in the Build By catalog, which doesn't really count. I wasn't really feeling the base game fireplace, so I switched out with one from Horse Ranch. It's a little bit more rustic looking and a lot smaller, which I liked. I didn't really know what to put in here for the living room. I did add a small TV just in case your Sims need to get their fun up. I was so limited with decorations that I had a hard time choosing some. I did end up putting some horse ranch decorations in here. This palm tree from the base game takes up a decent amount of space, so I put that behind the TV, and that's just me doing the little thing with the rug while I'm adding some of my final decorations in here. I wanted to have a couple of fans because if you have a fireplace, you're going to want the circulation from the fan to move the hot air around. So I've added these rustic looking lamps from the outdoor retreat pack. They're made out of like actual logs, which is pretty cool. Just trying to do some lighting on the outside. We've got these cool lanterns from Outdoor Retreat, so I put them kind of everywhere. And the nice thing about them is that they just kind of look like landscaping in the daytime, which is nice because they just blend in to the plants. I wanted the lights to be kind of soft in here, but also just bright enough for your Sims to walk around and do stuff and still be able to see. So I added in a couple of lanterns on the stove and a couple other places. The stove is just the one I'm looking at currently. And then I also put a couple of rocking chairs out front so your Sims can sit and watch all the people go by or do whatever they want. I used the Pittman family from a previous video to test this house. So I had the grandma go out and knit on the porch. And you can find them on the gallery at Darth_Jeswick, just like it's spelled here on YouTube. And you can also find this build on the gallery there as well. I'm just putting some more of these horse ranch decorations around in the room. I like this tapestry that we get. It comes in a really nice blue color that matches with the base game bunk bed. And I also put a tent outside. I think it sleeps 2 to 3 Sims. I'm not entirely sure. I know I can fit at least 2 people in there. You know, and you don't even need to bring a ton of Sims here. You could just bring like your small family here, and then the parents can go outside and woohoo in the tent and get away from the kids. Gosh, I hate how these curtains look. They look so bad. I don't like any of the base game curtains. They're just all horrible. But I really didn't want to do a ton of packs for this build. I originally wanted to just keep it Outdoor Retreat and base game, but I hated the wallpaper that I had on the outside of the build from Outdoor Retreat, so I decided to add Horse Ranch to the mix too. Plus they go really well together. And as far as gameplay goes, they actually go together quite well because we actually have the game Horseshoes in this pack, so I thought that was quite neat. We also got campfires from this pack, which is really cool. Your Sims can like roast marshmallows and roast hot dogs on them. You do have to be careful with the campfires though, because occasionally they will set your Sims on fire, and you know, that's just not really good for them. They tend to get a little upset when you do that. You just got to keep an eye on your Sims when they're using the campfire. But I think we're just about done here. I'm just putting in some final decorations on the upstairs here. We've got our game table, a computer, and a dollhouse up here. I also did this tiered chandelier just by doubling up a couple of the Horse Ranch chandeliers. And then I was trying to use this like little plant lamp from the Outdoor Retreat pack, but it just didn't look good. I ended up going with these wall sconces from Horse Ranch because they looked a lot better. And then I also added a small bench up here from Horse Ranch as well. And I was really happy with the way that this upper level turned out because I was able to fit everything that I wanted and it looks really nice. We got a creativity table for children, a couple of clutter items up here, as well as the game table, which I think with growing together, you can actually play like board games and do puzzles on the game table. In all honesty, I've never actually played with it. And I was finally able to fix the roof trim clipping into the walls. I actually just had to change the entire roof trim to a smaller one, even though the one that I use is normally the one that I always use and it never clips into the wall. I just don't know what was up with that today. And I put a live edge chess table out here on the front porch. I was trying to think of other activities I could add to this build. We have a guitar that came with Outdoor Retreat, so I put that outside by the campfire, and then I added an easel from the base game. And then your Sims can do a painting from reference of the beautiful view that we get from the living room. I just really wanted to make sure that your Sims had a lot of stuff to do so they weren't bored on their vacations. I even put a monkey bar set outside for the children. In total, this build costed about 53,508 simoleon, which equals out to about $554 a day to rent. That is just about all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out. If there's anything you want to see me build in the future, make sure to drop it in a comment below. I try to post a couple times a week, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you can see all those new videos whenever they come out. I hope you have an amazing day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all in the next one. Dag dag!